Millions of people leave their homes every single day. They lock the door, walk to their car, and drive away. And yet, almost none of them have any idea what happens in the next few seconds. It sounds like the beginning of a horror movie, but this is happening right now. Right now, somewhere in the world, a door closes, a lock clicks, and a creature that spends its entire day pretending to be a harmless, sleepy lump of fur transforms. But this isn't about catching them on a sofa they aren't supposed to be on. This is about something else. Something ancient. You think you know your cat. You feed it. You give it water. You clean up after it. The truth is, you don't know it at all. Imagine it's tomorrow morning, you're running late. You grab your keys, shout a quick goodbye, and pull the door shut. The car starts and you drive away to work, to school, to the store. But in your home, the air changes. There is a moment of stillness, a silence that feels heavier than it did a minute ago. On the bed, your cat opens its eyes. It doesn't stretch. It doesn't yawn. It just sits up, completely still. It listens. It can hear the sound of your car engine fading into the distance. It can hear the clatter of a neighbor's garbage can 2 houses down. It can hear the tiny drip of a tap in the kitchen. It knows you are gone. And then it moves. What happens next? You assume it goes to sleep. You assume it stares out the window, waiting for you to return. That's the comforting story we tell ourselves. That's the story of a cat as a little furry roommate. But researchers have noticed something strange about the things cats do when we aren't watching. And it's not about sleep. It's about ritual. It's a pattern, a specific route, a sequence of events that happens in nearly the exact same order every single time in homes all over the world. So why does this happen? Why does a creature of pure impulse suddenly become a creature of routine the moment you leave? The answer takes us somewhere dark, somewhere deep in their DNA. Let's start with the basics. You've seen it before. You come home and your cat is there, standing at the door. You think, oh, they missed me. But here's the strange part. They don't run to you. They don't greet you with a wagging tail. They're just there, waiting. But you might notice something odd. The house smells different. And no, not just the leftover takeout you forgot to throw away. It's a different smell. It's the smell of action. It's the smell of a space that has been thoroughly investigated. There's a spot on the carpet that's been matted down. A specific corner of the sofa cushion is slightly out of alignment. The entire energy of the house feels like a stage set that's been moved around and hurriedly reset. That's because it has. There is a phenomenon that animal behaviorists have observed in every species of cat, from the tiny rusty spotted cat in Sri Lanka to the massive Siberian tiger in the snow. It's called the patrol. But here's what you don't know. When you leave, your domestic cat doesn't just wander around. It walks a specific path. It traces the edge of the room, sniffing at the baseboards. It checks the corners of the furniture. It is measuring something. It's checking the integrity of its world. That sounds dramatic until you think about it. To your cat, your house isn't a home. It's a territory, a safe zone in a world full of predators. And in the wild, a territory has to be maintained. It has to be resecured. When you leave, your cat begins a security sweep. It starts in the room where it feels you are most present, and it moves outward. It checks the windowsills for vibrations. It checks the door gaps for changes in air pressure. It is confirming that the bubble is still intact. But it gets weirder. The next part of the ritual isn't visual, it's vocal. You know how your cat meows at you? That's a language they invented specifically for humans. They don't meow at each other. But when you leave, they use a different voice. Sometimes a cat will walk the perimeter of the house carrying a toy in its mouth. A stuffed mouse, a sock, a toy, and they will cry. It's a loud, desperate yowl that sounds nothing like the cute meow you hear at dinner time. It sounds like a distress call. We call it the yowl of the hunt. But why? Why are they yelling into the empty house? The scientific theory is that they are calling out to you. They think you are hunting nearby and they have captured prey. They are bringing you a gift, the textbooks say. But that's only part of the story. Researchers discovered something strange when they attached tiny cameras to collars. It's known as the strange cat phenomenon. They discovered that cats don't just patrol randomly, they follow the same path, step for step, sniff for sniff. Every day. It's called a behavioral sequence. Here's what psychologists discovered. This isn't just about checking for danger, it's about control. In a world that is chaotic and unpredictable, the cat relies on the consistency of the house, the way the couch sits, the angle of the blinds, the scent of the carpet. Every time you leave, you break that consistency. You introduce variables they can't control. The ritual, the patrol, the yowling, it's a stress response. They are checking to make sure nothing has changed. But the deeper truth is even stranger. Why is this stress so specific? Because 10,000 years ago, your cat was a solitary hunter. Its survival relied entirely on knowing the exact state of its territory. If a branch was broken, it meant a predator was near. If a scent was faded, it meant their scent needed refreshing. They developed a hyper-vigilant system. But here's the twist. When you leave, they aren't just checking for new threats. They are checking for you. Think about it. If you leave the house and don't come back, your cat is in a locked box, a box that doesn't have a reliable source of water or food or protection. To your cat, your departure is a potential extinction event. That patrol? That's them confirming you aren't trapped somewhere. That yowl? That's them trying to locate you so you can come back and open the door. But it's not just about survival. It's about sensing things we can't. Cats have something called the Jacobson's organ. It's a sensory organ on the roof of their mouth that lets them taste the air. When you are gone, they use this organ. They open their mouths slightly, inhaling deeply. They are tasting the history of the house. They can taste the time of day. They can taste when the heating came on. They can taste the mood of the house, and they can taste you. Your scent is a map to them. It tells them how long you've been gone, what you touched last, and what you're going to do when you get back. They are, in a very real way, seeing ghosts. Ghosts of your past movements. Let's take a step back and look at how the animal kingdom works. A wolf could be standing 30 feet away from you in the dark, and you wouldn't know it. But your cat? Your cat sees the world in a way that borders on the extrasensory. When you leave, your cat is essentially a security guard in a museum filled with priceless artifacts. Except the artifacts are the history of your movement. But here is where the psychological aspect really hits. They don't just patrol the physical space. They patrol the emotional space. Have you ever noticed that your cat seems to know when you're coming home? They get up from a nap and walk to the door 5 minutes before you pull into the driveway. That's not magic. That's the ritual. They have learned the rhythm of the house, the creaking of the pipes, the changing of the light. The subtle pressure changes from the outside world. They are aware of a reality that we are too noisy to hear. So what is the secret ritual? It's not a game. It's not them being silly. It's them being a predator in a world without prey. But here is the twist that scientists are just beginning to understand. When your cat rubs its face on the furniture, it's leaving its scent. We thought this was marking territory. It's not. It's a ritualistic blessing of the space. They are literally putting their seal on your things. They are taking the world you built and saying, "This is mine, and I am keeping it safe for you." We think of cats as aloof and independent, but their independence is just a mask for a deep codependency. They don't love your house. They love your presence in the house. And when you are gone, they aren't just waiting for you to return. They are fighting off the ghosts. They are performing a sacred ritual to keep the chaos at bay. The next time you leave for work, look back at your window. You might see your cat watching you. And remember, it's not just looking at you. It's reading you. It's memorizing the way you look right now, so it knows exactly what to expect when you return. It's calculating, it's praying, and the moment you disappear from sight, it will begin its work. It will walk its patrol. It will check the doors. It will cry out for you. In the silence of your empty home, a tiny, ancient predator is performing a ritual to make sure the sun rises again tomorrow. And by the time you unlock the door, the ritual will be complete. The house will be safe again, and they will be waiting, not because they wanted to, but because they had to. That's not just a cat. That's a guardian. In its own strange, silent, secret way, it is keeping the world turning just for you.